My research is about the performance appraisal system, and the study I did was actually intended to look at a performance appraisal system that was set up in a particular company who is a wholesaler and distributor of pharmaceutical products. It was focused on assessing the strength and the weaknesses of that performance appraisal system in that particular context. Performance appraisal is part of the human resource management. It looked particularly about how the company manages its human resources, and most specifically how it is going to assess the performance of their employees over the months and over the years. Okay, in most companies, performance appraisal is something that is really important. And if you go through the literature review, you will see that performance appraisal systems have been widely researched, and there are many different kinds of performance appraisals that are present in different organizations. And for most companies, a performance appraisal system is a way to boost revenue, to boost sales, to boost employee-driven culture, and it's part of the strategy, the strategic goals and objectives of any company. So performance appraisal is something that is at the heart of human resource management, and as employees are the most important asset of any company, it is natural that performance appraisal is as important as any other aspect of a business. So for this research, we used an exploratory research because the objective of this research was not to provide conclusive and final answers to the research questions. It was merely done to explore the research topic and to give preliminary recommendations to the company concerning that performance appraisal system. And we also used a qualitative approach because we were dealing with a small group of people that were involved in the performance appraisal system, and comparatively to a quantitative approach where you are able to quantify the strengths or the weaknesses or whatever attributes that you are using. In this case, we were collecting the lived experiences of the employees. So we went for a qualitative approach with a semi-structured interview that was done on a sample size of 10 employees that were involved. And the semi-structured interview allowed us to guide the interview in a certain direction to gather a certain amount of information that we wanted, but also gave the freedom to the employees to voice out their concerns and their opinions about the subject matter. So since it was a newly installed performance appraisal system, we were clearly expecting to have several issues that would come up. It was something that was set up at the company quite recently, and we were expecting employees to voice their disconcern about their issues about the performance appraisal system. And the actual results actually showed that there were several issues that were not right with the actual performance appraisal system. There were many things that were good. Employees appreciated the fact that the company put forward finally a performance appraisal system to help them get better at their jobs. But the results actually showed that there were issues with regularity, there were issues with the fact that there was a lack of communication between the management and the employees concerning the performance appraisal exercise. There were issues with the incentive schemes that were not linked with the exercise. So the actual results did confirm our initial thoughts about the subject, and it did join with the objectives of the research at the beginning. So we concluded that the actual performance appraisal system in its whole was suited to the business, to the actual business model, and it was a good thing that was being set up by the company. But we did also conclude that there were several things that needed to be changed within that performance appraisal system to make it more efficient and to make it more appealing to the employees and as well to the employers, so that they can extract the maximum amount of information. And in terms of recommendations, so we recommended that the company links an incentive scheme with the performance appraisal system, because it was important that employees feel that they are valued and that they are given rewards when they are performing well. So whether it be a financial incentive scheme or some sort of career ladder that can help employees go up the corporate ladders over the years, some kind of incentive scheme. We also recommended that more open communication lines were set up between the management and the employees, because it was important for employees to feel heard. They needed to have feedback from their performance appraisal system. So we recommended that these communication lines would be open before and after the exercise. And finally, we also recommended to have updated KPIs. Those KPIs that have been set, they cannot be the same KPIs for employees who've been here for 20 years. The same KPIs doesn't apply to people who've been here for 6 months. So we recommended that the company regularly updates its KPIs and make sure that they are tailor-made for those specific employees. Okay, so as a student, it was quite an educative process because it allowed me to learn a lot about performance appraisal, about performance management as a whole. It was a very educative process. It was a challenging process as well, and as an individual as well, myself being a young entrepreneur, it really gave me insight into how I can boost my business and how I can make my human management at my place much better. So all in all, it was a fun and very educative process that helped me as a student to grow and helped me as a business owner to grow as well. It was a very good experience as a whole. We have all done this MBA as part-time students, so sometimes it was not easy to reconcile our work with learning. But with the help of all our lecturers, with all of our supervisors, with the staff, everyone has been extremely helpful. Everyone has been extremely accommodating as well to our personal problems and issues. So overall, it was an excellent experience. And honestly, I would recommend anyone who wants to follow a course, I would recommend anyone to choose Honoris Educational Network for their degree, because it's been a real pleasure.